Hello and welcome back to Third Degree Food. I am Sam Caterer and tonight we're going to be cooking one of my favourite dishes in the whole wide world. It's outrageous how much flavour this dish has with such few ingredients. Salt and pepper pork belly with honey and soy sauce and some sticky rice. So let's get into the ingredients, shall we? We got some Chinese 5-spice, we got some garlic powder, we got some white pepper, which is a very key ingredient, and some salt. Obviously, we have our lovely bit of pork belly here. We've got some garlic, we've got some ginger, nice and fresh. We've got a bird's eye chili, and we've got a red British chili, just to get the balance in there. And we got some spring onion as well. Also, we got some organic honey and just some normal dark soy sauce. So the method is basically you're going to add your 5-spice to a bowl, your garlic powder, your white pepper, and your salt, and just mix that up together in the bowl. Just get a nice dry powder rub for your pork belly. Let that sit there for 1 second. What you're going to want to do is dry the top of your pork belly to get rid of any moisture that's on the top, because you want to get a nice bit of crackling in there. It's absolutely divine. Remember, give us a little like and subscribe down below and click the notification bell if you will. Every bit of support is greatly appreciated. And of course, you can catch us on all the social medias. ThirdDegreeFood.com is your destination, Insta and Facebook as well. So we've got a nice dry pork belly. We're going to flip it over. Look at that, lovely. And then we're going to sprinkle some of the mixture over the top. Give it a really decent coating. Just rub that in there. The aromas on this are absolutely incredible. Don't worry too much if you go over the edges. We're going to dab that up with the side of the pork belly. Now what you don't want to do is get much of this mix on the top, because you want to keep that as free as possible, because we're going to score that and put a bit of salt in there. Get the big boy knife tonight. We're going to score it just slightly through. We don't want to go all the way through. Creates a nice pattern on the top. Okay, put that to one side. And we're going to add the rest of the salt over the top and rub that into the top of the pork skin. This will make it nice and crispy when it goes in the oven. What we want to do is get rid of some of this excess rub in the sink. You want it to burn in the oven. Okay, so we've got the oven preheated to 230 degrees. The pork belly is going to go into the oven for about 20 minutes on high, and after 20 minutes we're going to drop the temperature down to about 160 degrees. So let's pop her in the oven. Set the timer for 20 minutes. Whilst our pork belly is in the oven, we're going to start to prepare our rice. Now, there are many different opinions on how you should prepare your rice depending on which dish you're doing. Today we want sticky rice, and we are using basmati. So as a rule of thumb, generally, the more you wash your rice, the more fluffy it is. So as a rule of thumb, if you wash your rice and let it soak 5 times, you get nice fluffy basmati rice. However, today we want it a bit more sticky, so we're going to wash it 3 times, which allows it to retain some of the starch, which then binds it together. So when you have a more Asian dish, it's a little bit more authentic. So now we put the rice onto the burner, start it up, and add a good pinch of salt. We're going to bring that to the boil, give it 1 stir, and then turn it down to very low heat. Okay, so the rice is just coming to the boil. Give that a little stir. And then we turn it down to the lowest heat possible for 10 minutes. Whilst the rice is doing its thing for the first set of 10 minutes, we're going to start to prepare our incredible sauce. 6 ingredients, and it absolutely punches so much flavour, it's incredible. We've got some garlic, some fresh ginger, some chilies, some spring onion, some dark soy, and some organic honey. You want to dice a couple of the garlics into small cubes, just so it sort of emaciates itself within the sauce. And the other garlic you want to cut into like small coin size, which will just sit nicely on top of the pork. You don't have to be too precise. Just set them to one side for now. So the rice has had 10 minutes and now it's time to start making our incredible sauce. I've pre-cut some of the ingredients, the fresh ginger, the garlic, the chilies and the spring onion. We're going to take the rice off the heat and we're going to start to prepare the sauce. We'll just put that to one side. What we're going to do is get our frying pan, get it nice and hot. And then we're going to add some oil. First up, we're going to add our garlic. Get the inner nice and warm. Start frizzling the garlic. Break up those last bits of garlic clove. Then we're going to add the chili. Seeds as well, we want them nice and hot. Get them frizzling. And we're going to add a nice good pinch of the mix that we covered the pork with. This continues the flavour from the sauce to the pork. And then we're going to add our ginger. And we save our spring onions for last. Next we add 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. And about 2 tablespoons of honey. It smells absolutely fantastic. And give that a little mix around. This is absolutely delicious. Whilst that's doing its thing, we're going to get the pork out. And we're going to let it rest on this board. Look at that, absolutely divine. I'll get the knife and give that a tap in a second. Smells amazing. And now we add our spring onions, as we want the freshness to come through. Turn up the heat a little bit. You want the onions to soften just a little bit. It's going to be amazing. Okay, back to the pork. Listen to that, that's absolutely fantastic. And what we're going to do is cut it into strips. Absolutely delicious, juicy pork belly. delicious. And then we'll cut it again in 4 quarters. 1. Oh, it's delicious. Can we set it to one side? Just turn our sauce down a little bit. And we are ready to plate. Let's get the rice. And a nice spoon. What we're going to do is we're going to layer it up nicely. Got the rice just sitting there. Delicious. Nice and sticky. Put that to one side. And then we're going to arrange our pork belly, our delicious, juicy pork belly. On the rice. Oh, this smells absolutely fantastic. I wish you could smell this at home. This is so easy. Little bit of time to cook. Look at the state of that. That is absolutely amazing. Then we come back over to our sauce. Give that one final stir. Serving spoon. Then we spoon over all this delicious goodness. I'll just hit that. Absolutely incredible. All of that goodness on there. Set that to one side. And now we tuck in. Mm. 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 Absolutely delicious. Sweet, crunchy, salty, chewy, delicious unctuousness in that sauce. Got a real heat to it as well. It's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've been Sam Caterer and this has been Third Degree Food. Give us a little like and subscribe down below. Smash that notification bell and we'll see you very soon. Thank you very much. It's amazing though.